We're here, we're going to tie a blue smolt slender trout streamer. I think it'll work for sea runs and silvers and steelhead too, but let's get started and give it a try. It's tied on a tube, and you may be looking at this tube going, wait a minute, why isn't the tube just that long? Well, I'll tell you why. This fly is tied. It's inspired by the flies that the folks fish over in Europe for what? For sea trout. And they tie a lot of these flies on really tiny tubes. You could use micro tube for this. And these flies are characteristically long and slender. And I was on the internet looking at images, and I saw these flies and I went, wow, they really look fishy. So I've been inspired. This happens to be a Lagerson carded flat braid, but you could also here. By the way, this is a flexi needle, Pro Sport Fisher flexi needle, and a Pro Sport Fisher classic tube in a blue, translucent blue. Let's see if it lights up. Yep, lights up. Look at that. Pretty cool. So we're now our hook. We're going to use a ring eye hook that is going to pull right into the back of this tube and be seated really nicely. We'll probably use a little Gamakatsu glow bug hook, about a size 8 maybe. Now, if you want to fish this for steelhead or coho, you're in great shape to do that, but I wouldn't use a size 8 or 10 hook. I'd probably use a 4 or a 6. Okay, now we're going to use some, this is Spirit River UV bucktail. It's a blue, UV blue. Don't need a lot of it, but we want it to be a little bit longer than where the hook is going to be. So let's get a little bit on there. Spread it around. That doesn't look real impressive, but I think you're really going to like the way this fly turns out. If you don't, you're missing the boat. So right now I just have bucktail top and bottom, which is going to be just fine. I'm going to put a little bit more. Just a few strands here and there. You can tie this fly very sparsely. I can hear my kitty wanting to get in here, the garage. I'm going to take a pause. We'll leave the camera rolling. My cat just joined me. Boomer. So I got plenty of bucktail there. And I'm trying to keep from getting my hands in the way of the camera. Boomer. And my kitty is probably shaking the. So this is this going to stay put? Absolutely. But let's reach over here. Let's see if we can find some. That's okay. Don't edit my head out of this. Got some Smolt blue crystal flash. Get a few strands. We don't need much. We have a marauding cat running around in here. Okay, now you may be thinking, how the heck is that bucktail gonna stand? How is it not gonna just pull out? Well, it's not gonna pull out because I'm gonna put some Loctite on there and I'm gonna crank it down. So it's there for good now. Okay, now how are we gonna finish this off? We're going to use an EP chromatic brush. Here it is. Very nice stuff. Got a little bit of flash in it. And one of the tricks to finishing this fly is I'm going to put a ultrasonic disc on this, but I can't, it won't work if I have a lot of bulk out here. So I want to finish this brush off right about there. And I need to finish it in a manner such that I don't have a lot of thread build up. So I'm going to get my bodkin here. Because if I have too much thread buildup, the disc, the cone, will not seat nice and snug. Now, I don't want a lot of turns. Really, 2 turns is all I want. So let's see if this will. And so certainly, you know, the issue of how dense or how full you tie your fly is something that is negotiable. Negotiable depending on the fish's mood and the tier's style. Oh, this is going to come out just right. But my preference here with this fly is for a fly that isn't super thick. Now this, when you put this in the water, it is going to slim down, it's going to be translucent. It's going to be absolutely gorgeous, and I'm very attracted to this color combination. Just has the very hint of blue underneath and the shiny white, but not too shiny. And I think this is going to be a winner for pretty much anything that swims. So where I've got my ultrasonic disc in sight. A little bit of Loctite. Again, Pro Sport Fisher Classic tube in medium. Here's my ultrasonic disc. Let's see if I can trim this close now the way I want to. Oh yeah, that's good. So let's now I'm going to open up this tube. It's already open. Okay. Get it back on the mandrel so we can show it. Now this fly is tied in the round, so I'll rotate it. But look at that! That's just delightful. That's going to just sparkle and shine and wiggle in the current. Your hook's going to be right back here. I think it's a winner, folks. Tie some up, go out, have some fun.